Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Zero, and here I am back with a video with my voice over. Well, I'm starting this new series of videos called Elsword Talk. I don't know how much you guys will love this, but I hope you enjoy them at least. In this video, I'll be talking about issues and or things in Elsword that are worth mentioning or talking about. And also, since I have named this video Elsword Talk, I intend to talk and communicate with you guys as I go along. Of course, you are always welcome to talk to one another, have a debate, ask questions, and etc. So let's get on to today's Elsword Talk, shall we? What I'm going to be talking about today is this skill called the Oblique of Marbas. I have a personal issue with this skill actually. I'm pretty sure most people don't have the same issue as mine. I mean, I'm sure some people do, but most people don't, as far as I know. Before talking about quote-unquote my personal issue, let me introduce the Oblique of Marbas to you. It's a skill used by Royal Guard, and for those who love shooting bullets in games, this is probably a great skill for these people. When you activate this skill, CL will assume sniping stance. While you are at it, pressing Z would shoot 3 bullets and pressing X would shoot 1 strong shot of energy that penetrates through enemies. As some of you might have already seen in my videos, this skill is great in both PvE and PvP. Probably a little better in PvP though. This scene here is from PvP match 11 and Blazing Heart's HP just evaporates into thin air. When I was doing this PvP with that Blazing Heart, I was so surprised by the power of the Oblique of Marbas, and that Blazing Heart later told me that he actually had 300 MP at the time, but he was too surprised to mana break. Well then, what's my personal issue with the Oblique of Marbas? I have an issue with the name, the Oblique of Marbas. The real question is it really the Oblique of Marbas? You might say, oh, is that even an issue? You don't call that an issue, but I do. I mean, I want you to hear me out, okay? So here it goes. If you read the Oblique of Marbas in Korean, it goes Marbas의 사선. Marbas, of course, is Marbas. I mean, it sounds like it, right? Marbas, okay. 의 means of or apostrophe s as in possessive meaning, like ravens or ranas, you know what I mean. Now the word that is causing an issue here is this word 사선. Even I, as a Korean, am not completely sure of what this means. In order for you to understand what I mean by that, I humbly present you with a bit of cultural lesson here. So Korea, China, and Japan use Chinese characters in their languages. Although this is not completely relevant to my personal issue, let me give you a bit of cultural lesson. Like I said, please be aware that not all Chinese characters are shared by all 3 countries. For example, there are some Chinese characters that are used by Korea, but not by China. Plus, the way we pronounce and use Chinese characters also differ from one another. So, just because we all use Chinese characters doesn't mean that we can all communicate without learning other languages. Anyway, sorry for the digression, let's get back to what I was talking about. Chinese characters consist of 2 components, meaning part and pronunciation part. Some Korean words are purely Korean and cannot be written with Chinese characters. These words include 사랑, which means love, and 나래, which means wings. There are lots of other words like these. But while some words are purely Korean, most words can be written with Chinese characters. Also, it is sometimes possible to come up with new words with different combinations of Chinese characters. And that is what's causing an issue with the word 사선 in Marbas의 사선. So let's dissect this word a little. So 선 in 사선 means line, without doubt. I'm 99% sure about this. It probably means 사선, without doubt. So yeah, that's that, okay. The tricky part is 사. There are many Chinese characters that read as 사 in Korean. And of all these characters, I have picked 3 characters that might fit the meaning of this skill. First is this one. This character means oblique, inclined, tilting, or slanting. If you let Google define the word oblique, it says neither parallel nor at a right angle to a specified or implied line, slanting. So I guess it makes sense to say the Oblique of Marbas, as we are able to change the angle at which you would shoot. The second possible character is this one. This character means to shoot or to fire. So along with the character's hun, which means line, the meaning becomes line of fire. Thus, another possible translation of Marbas' Hasan is Marbas line of fire. This makes sense because when we activate quote-unquote the Oblique of Marbas, we get this long straight blue line that show your aim, and your bullets or shots go along the blue line of fire. The last possibility is this one. This means death. I didn't really think of this originally, but one of my friends told me that he has heard of this word in this context before, so here it is. Well then, what would Sasan mean in this case? Well, it would literally mean death line or the line of death. I guess it's like the river Styx from Greek mythology. If you cross it, you're in the underworld. That is, if you cross this Marbas line of death, well, you die. Like this poor Blazing Heart here, or like this poor Crimson Avenger here. Of those 3 possibilities, I personally think that the third one is the least plausible one, and I actually like the second possibility the most. Who knows the right answer? Well, maybe the one who came up with this name knows the right answer. I guess we might have to wait for Lucille to get released on North American server to see how they render this word into English. What about you guys? What do you think the right answer is? You're always welcome to share your opinion with me and others in the comment section below, but please be aware that since I don't have much tolerance for offensive, arrogant comments, those who make such comments will be banned from my channel. Well then, I'll be back later with another thing to talk about. Ciao!